Well, hello from Oakdale Academy. I'm Dr. David Stanton, the headmaster here, and I'm sending this out in late December as we get ready for our end of year giving appeal. And as we think through what that means, I think it's important that folks hear directly about what it is that we are asking people to consider giving to. You know, we get bombarded undoubtedly with emails and social media inputs asking for an end of year gift. And I think again it's important that you hear why it is that we would ask you to consider prayerfully supporting us. And when we talk about an end of year gift, certainly we're thinking financial, but we very much desire your prayer support, your encouragement, and in addition to if you are able, and only if you're able, as we say, to make an end of year gift to us or a gift to our annual fund. So happy to report that late December, we are closing in on $150,000 raised of our $250,000 goal that we're looking to complete by the end of March of 2024. And as great as that is, it's the beginning. It's the beginning of the work that we have to do, because what we do here at Oakdale Academy is so very important. And a lot of folks will say that, a lot of schools and institutions will say that, but I want to frame this in a way that what we do here truly does have an eternal impact. Now, you'll hear about perhaps classical schools and classical education, but in the vein that perhaps it hasn't been something that you have necessarily yourself heard of, or perhaps don't know as much about, and you think it's just the old-fashioned way of doing things. Let me take just a couple of minutes and explain to you what it is that you would be giving to. We do not focus on STEM classes, on the International Baccalaureate classes. We don't even focus specifically on college preparatory classes. Now, our students are more than prepared for college because that's not our sole focus. Our focus is not to prepare them for a 4-year degree. It is to prepare them for what we say here, a life of service to God, family, community, and country, in that order. You see, at Oakdale, we're taking boys and girls, we're taking young men and young women, we're shaping them into adults who will be prepared to enter that life of service. We do that by focusing on what are called the liberal arts. In the liberal arts are those functions, those disciplines that truly free us and free us to follow what God has in store for our lives. And that is the education that is useful because it has that eternal impact. Because what we're doing out of the overflowing of our hearts and our knowledge is gaining wisdom and learning to live lives marked by virtue. We're preparing them for a life of service amidst a battle that is already upon us. We're calling in the classical world for a revival away from a humanistic education, an education where the compass needle always points to yourself, where it's all about what I want to be, and I have a choice in everything. We instead say that compass needle needs to point back to God, because that is where we say students are to be directing their lives and ordering their lives, what we would call here the Ordo Amoris from Augustine. That we are using character, we are using truth, and we are using wisdom to build in them, again, a life marked by virtue and one that is marked by wisdom. And what we do is so unique because we want them to ask the big questions. We want them to think the great thoughts that so many have thought before them, to wrestle with those things so that they can be best prepared to serve God above all else. If that's the type of education that you think you would best be called to support, then we invite you to visit our website, oakdaleacademy.com, and you can click on the Make a Gift there for our year-ending giving campaign, or just for our annual fund campaign, where the link will take you. And we just thank you in advance for considering all that we do. From all of us here at Oakdale Academy, we wish you a very happy new year. We are convinced 2024 will be a year of wonderful events, some great challenges as well, and we will continue to be steadfast in all that we do as we prepare our students using character, truth, and wisdom to a life of service to God, family, community, and country through classical Christian education. Thank you again, and Happy New Year.